You are welcome to God Connection. Pay close attention, because what is about to be told is a truth that everyone has been trying to hide. Real power doesn't need to be asked for. It doesn't wait for someone to invite it. It makes its presence known with the force of an earthquake, shaking reality to its core whether everyone is ready for it or not. Someone is probably watching this right now, and it's probably you. You are not just living a life, you are a cosmic event. There are unspoken rules that no one else would dare to question, and you are shaking things up in ways that make the most powerful people in the world nervously look over their notes and wonder where you came from. Because you were not made in their ways, they don't understand you. Their methods are a lie, and you are proof of that. By the end of this movie, you will see an image of yourself that is so real, strong, and undeniable that it will change everything. Get ready, because the giant that has been sleeping inside you is about to wake up. A lot of people spend their whole lives, decades upon decades, trying desperately to figure out how influence, strategy, and favor work. For a small amount of power, they play the games, learn the rules, and bow down to the people in charge. But they don't understand the deepest secret. The finest and strongest kind of power can't be taught in a school, bought with money, or earned through hard work. It is given to you as a heavenly spark at birth, woken up by the harsh furnace of experience, and sharpened to a fine point in the holy silence of stillness. Studies in science and society constantly show that only a very small percentage of people, often less than 1%, ever fully match themselves with their true, divine purpose. This fact should destroy your view of reality. These people, who make up the vast majority, are stuck in complicated systems that are meant to hold their energy, limit their potential, and drain their light. Then there's you. You are the mistake in their process. You are the strange, beautiful, and scary thing that shows them every control system they thought was secure. As soon as you walk into a room, the energy in that room changes. It seems like the air itself changes. It gets thicker, more charged, and more real. Unconsciously, people start to compare themselves to you, and they don't even know it. They change how they stand and how much energy they have. At the same time, they feel a confused mix of fear, respect, and awe. You don't just live in a place. Everything and everyone that comes your way is changed. Another thing that makes them angry is that they don't even know how to deal with it. Their rules don't have a section about you. Because of this, being a chosen one or a blessed soul isn't about fitting in, being nice, or waiting for other people to tell you you're great. It's about standing in your own personal power, knowing that the power you carry without even trying to change reality is so strong that no one can touch you because you are true to yourself and committed to your purpose. Also, it does seem like the world has a very strange sense of humor, doesn't it? It keeps throwing weather and chaos at you and putting you in the silliest, most impossible situations, almost as if it's testing you to see if you'll finally give up. Now for the spoiler, you don't. You never do. You make it. You understand. You show what's really going on behind the storm, and you rise higher, stronger, and smarter, while everyone else is checking their stress levels like it's a sport. You will see yourself in a way that the world really doesn't want you to by the end of this video. You will finally know what kind of divine power you've been carrying around with you the whole time. And you'll finally understand why nothing, not people, not systems, not situations, can ever really hold you. Hold on tight, because what you're about to learn will hurt more than anyone, even you, ever thought possible. And yes, it will definitely make them nervous, envious, and maybe even speechless. Number 1, just being alive makes false systems less stable. Because you were not made to look like a lie, just being you is a threat to every lie scheme. You are an agent of truth just by being you. Most people get through life by unspokenly following a set of rules that crush their souls. Don't question authority too much. Don't stand out too much. Most importantly, don't mess with the fragile safety of the many. You don't fit that mold, though. It's not in your mental makeup. Any structure that counts on lies, secrets, and manipulation to stay together starts to strongly shake as soon as you show up. This includes a business, a family, a religious group, or a group of friends. There's no reason for you to try to destroy something or start a war. The reason is that your true character, your energy, won't fit into something that wasn't real to begin with. Like houses of cards, false systems can only last as long as everyone involved acts like they don't see how weak they are. They can't do that because you're there. Think about how the mood changes in a room when someone who isn't afraid of telling the truth walks in. All of a sudden, the fake smiles look gross, the practiced corporate stories sound fake, and the secret goals are almost easy to see through. It all feels smaller, weaker, and like it's about to fall apart. That's the gravity pull you have without even trying. You don't need a microphone, a stage, or a message that you've already written. All you have to do is show up. Because your raw honesty is radioactive in a world that is completely hooked on masks and looks. It gets in through all the cracks in their carefully built walls and shows that their roots were never meant to last. This is the exact reason why many people have a strong, negative reaction to you before you even say a word. There is a deep, primal sense in them that something about you is fundamentally at odds with their lie. People are most scared of you because you don't bend like other people do. They are used to living in a world where they can trick, threaten, or pressure people into doing what they want. You don't break in the same way, though. You are not only protected when you refuse to break, you are also a clear sign of how weak the whole system is. You become living proof that their system isn't as solid as they say it is, that it won't last forever, and that it doesn't have total power. When other people start to think about how scary that thought is, the cracks start to appear faster than anyone could have imagined. This is why you are attacked so often, both openly and covertly. Not because of something wrong with you. It's because just being there shows what other people are desperately trying to hide. It's in everyone's bones that if you are allowed to fully stand in your power, something in their safe, false world will fall apart. Fear that goes deep inside them is what makes them hostile. They don't just see you as a person. They see you as a danger to the order that keeps them safe, no matter how bad it is. You can win even if you don't fight them. Just by being yourself, you are already breaking down the walls they built, which are based on lies. Not only do fake systems make a lot of noise and anger, but they can't last forever once they are basically destabilized. Every time you walk into a room, you prove that simple but deep truth. Second, your strength lies in things that can't be made. Your strength comes from the real, divinely imprinted core of who you are, which is also what makes you untouchable. People in today's world work very hard to make themselves look good, get a long list of great achievements, or follow short-lived trends, all in an effort to look important. All of this doesn't apply to you because your strength isn't tied to any of those temporary things. It's not something you learned in school, bought, or got by being influenced by someone else. It comes from deep down in your soul and can't be copied by anyone else, no matter how hard they try. Knowing that they can copy the surface, your style, and your words, but they will never, ever be able to touch the source is what makes people very uncomfortable. Take a look at how our culture works. Power is usually measured by things that can be seen and touched, like money, status, or fame. But none of those have the kind of power that can't be stopped that you do. Those things are easily broken and can be lost at any time. It is possible to lose a well-known job title. A lot can go away. On social media, followers can disappear at any time. No matter what was taken away from the outside of your life, the powerful core of who you are would still be there, fully complete and unaltered. That's because what makes you powerful is not what you have, but who you are. What you are can't be bought, sold, or taught in a class. It's funny how people who try to copy you always fail. They may take on your words, your way of dressing, or even your specific habits, but there is always something basically missing that they can't put their finger on. There is no source given. You don't work from a place of performance. You work from a place of being deeply and permanently in sync with God and something much bigger than yourself. That's why the way you move has a depth and weight that other people can't fake. On the outside, they may look polished and perfect, but they can't keep up the presence that you have so easily without that holy engine inside them. For many, the deeply disturbing truth is that your effortless sincerity shows them how deeply empty they are. People really want to think that with the right formula, contacts, and marketing, they can make anything happen. You, on the other hand, show that this is not true. You did not get where you are by giving up your soul to fit in with the system. To get to the top, you had to be strongly and honestly true to yourself. That kind of power doesn't go away over time, and it doesn't need to be confirmed by other people. It is what it is. The world knows how to handle people who depend on outside power. It doesn't know what to do with someone like you, though. That's why people think you're so dangerous. Because they can never take the source from you, no matter what they try to take. And that's what makes you fully and totally unshakable in the end. Third, you are the break in the programming for generations. Because you are the big break in deeply ingrained generational training, that is not a small part. It is a paradigm-shifting event. Families, cultures, and even whole communities can move like robots, repeating the same bad habits, limiting fears, and tragic fails over and over again for decades, or even centuries. These harmful habits are passed down slowly and carefully, not just through words but also through actions, long silences, and agreements that never talk about the truth. It is because it is normal for people to deal with a lot of disorder that they learn to do so. But when you got there, something old and wise in your spirit wouldn't let you accept what everyone else had sadly made normal. You weren't made to keep going through this. You were made to stop it right away. In your family and community, you have often felt like the black sheep, the rebel, the odd one out, or the person who is always being misread. The old rules didn't make sense to you, so you didn't just follow them because that's how it's always been done. You broke the unsaid rules that held everyone hostage. You were brave to question the harmful ideas that had been passed down through generations like evil keepsakes. Others saw what you did as disobedience and revolt, but it was really a deep act of defense for your soul and the souls of future people. No, you weren't rejecting your family or your culture. What you were refusing were the chains that were lying to you as inheritance. Because you were so determined not to repeat the patterns that held other people captive, your life has often felt so much harder. People who stand up and say, "This stops with me," have had to carry the mental and spiritual weight that other people chose to ignore. Instead of giving up and giving in to bad relationships, cycles of poverty and lack, secret abuse, or being afraid to speak out against unfairness, you did not. And that choice hasn't been easy at all, because breaking a pattern always meets with a lot of pushback. Both the system and the people who are still stuck inside it fight back to keep things in balance. For them, your freedom makes you feel like you've been betrayed. But the truth is that your resistance is the first, much-needed sign of healing they've seen. Very few people have the power you do. You're not just changing your own story. You're also changing the spiritual path for everyone who comes after you. Your quiet fights that you fought, and one will help kids who aren't even born yet. Because of you, someone in your family line will never have to deal with the same demon chains that you did. Leaving behind such a brave heritage is something that most people will never fully understand. If you were the great break, it means that God picked you to do something that other people couldn't or wouldn't do. Plus, it cost you more at the time, but now you are the holy turning point of a whole family. That's why your power isn't a joke. You are the live example of how destructive processes don't have to go on forever. If this message strikes a chord deep inside you, if you can feel that divine spark lighting up inside you as you take these truths in, then you have found your spiritual home at God Connection. This is a safe place for souls who are remembering the beautiful truth of who they are. If you want to make this link permanent, click that subscribe button right now. Come be a part of our global family of blessed people who are taking bold steps into their power. You shouldn't go on this trip by yourself. Please use this super thanks button below if you feel called to support this cause and help us spread this word of truth and strength around the world. A gift of even $10 is a strong act of energy exchange that helps us keep making this content and reach millions more people who need to wake up. Giving your support is a holy investment in the rise of all people. We're very thankful for you. Let's keep going on this trip. For your wounds turned into tools that helped you see sharply. You can see things more clearly now that you've been hurt. Every cut, every lie, and every time you were ignored or undervalued made you see the world in a new, more profound way. Others are busy desperately trying to hide their pain, act like it doesn't exist, or numb themselves with a never-ending stream of distractions, but you had to face yours head-on. You didn't break in that rough fight. It made you stronger and more amazing. The pain didn't just leave a mark on your past. It changed the way you think, feel, and live your life. You miraculously gained magical sight over something that would have blinded and killed someone else. There are lessons in every scar that can't be learned from a book, a guide, or anything else that doesn't involve a lot of pain. You learn to figure out what people really mean when they say something, how they really feel when they smile, and the undeniable truth behind what they do. Because your pain has fine-tuned your spiritual feelings, lies can't get past your shields without being caught. Because you have been through the hard reality of masks before, lies, half-truths, and all other forms of pretense stand out to you like bright neon signs in a dark lane. People have put you through times when the world was very mean and cruel. Those times didn't just make you wary, they made you very smart. The most beautiful thing about your scars is that they have made a perfect filter. Most people are easily sidetracked by how things look on the surface, but you can see the many layers below. You can quickly tell the difference between what is real and what is made up, and you can figure out someone's intentions from a mile away. It is very rare to have this much insight because it doesn't come from schooling or luck. It's how we stay alive. You didn't get through your trials by ignoring reality. You got through them by facing it, learning how it works, and using that knowledge to make yourself stronger. Pain has a special way of making you see things clearly. It splits the illusion from the truth, showing what people, events, and even your own secret goals are really like. What other people might see as a weakness or a weakness in you, you have skillfully turned into an effective benefit. Every wound has turned into a tool that sharpens your instincts, makes you smarter, and makes you stronger than you could ever imagine. Your scars are not marks on your character. They are holy signs of clear vision, deep understanding, and a mind that will never be fooled again. Most of the time, the things in your life that were meant to break you gave you a level of vision that most people will never reach. Your pain taught you. What you have learned is your tool, and being clear is your biggest win. You understand, not just see. You handle the complicated parts of life with a skill that comes from all the hard times you've been through. Your cuts didn't make you weaker. They made it impossible for anyone to stop you. Fifth, you are what they secretly want but attack in public. Because you don't wear chains, you have the traits they secretly pray for at night but attack during the day. Most people spend their whole lives hoping for a taste of real guts, a moment of being themselves, or the nerve to stand out from the crowd. But they can't get out because they are afraid, they need to fit in, or they have severe self-doubt. So when they see you living your life with the freedom they so desperately want, it makes them feel a toxic, confused mix of awe and anger that they can't even begin to explain. They can't face how much they want you, so they attack you, criticize you, and try to downplay what they can't claim for themselves. You being there makes them face a hard truth they aren't ready to face yet. They could have taken the same brave path you did, but they didn't. Being around you reminds them of the guts they hid, the risks they avoided, and the limiting beliefs they gladly believed. Now you understand why your success, confidence, and clarity are so very dangerous to them. It's not about what you've done, it's about what you stand for. The beautiful chance of living a full life without shame or compromise. People act out because it's easier for them to try to put you down than to face their own flaws and mistakes. At the same time, the fact that you exist makes them want something deeply, but they can't say it. Their deepest admiration is for the parts of you that they have rejected in themselves, like how freely you move, how smart you are, and how honestly you speak. All of these are traits they quietly wish they had. In their anger, they attack you because envy makes them feel bad. But their anger also shows that you are a holy mirror, showing them all the potential they have hidden deep inside. You are both the challenge and the discovery because you make them face the truth they have been avoiding their whole lives. They have chosen to limit themselves. You can always count on people to respond strongly to what you say. It's clear proof of how much of an effect you have. When someone's fear and envy come together, they become hostile. It turns into an obsession when their respect and hunger come together. People can't touch you because of your strong dualities that make you untouchable in ways they can't even begin to explain. People will never fully understand why they can't let go of you and are so interested in you. Even if they are aware of it, they feel your power deeply and energetically. You don't have to defend yourself or tell anyone about your life in the end. Just by being yourself, you show people what they really want and where they are weak. You are the spark they can't put out, the freedom they won't say they want, and the truth they can never get away from. That's the amazing power of being what other people quietly want but can't have. Your journey to understand your special power has just begun. Each and every part of you is a sign of your heavenly calling. Remember that each point is another layer of your truth, another piece of the beautiful picture that is you. Your life shows that prophecy comes true, that divine favor is stronger than any human formula, and that real power isn't judged by how visible it is, but by how deeply and quietly it affects people. You don't repeat the past, you write a new one. The world has been badly waiting for and scared to see the rare and holy coming together of insight, clarity, resilience, and sincerity that you are. Everyone who has tried to stop you, control you, or bring you down has only shown how strong, precise, and divinely inevitable your rise is. In the end, your story isn't just about surviving. It's also about rising above. You show that bounds are just ideas, that fear is a choice, and that the truth can never be shut down. You are the embodiment of purpose, the mirror of fate, and the undeniable force that changes the world in ways that no one else can see or touch. People respond to you because they can't deny it. You are unique, you can't be broken, and you can't be stopped. You are divinely born with that power, and nothing can ever take it away from you. Stand fully and without shame in it. If this holy message touched you deeply and you want to learn more about your power, your purpose, and the unique path you are on, subscribe to God Connection right now. That way, you won't miss an important lesson that could change your life. If this video spoke truth to you, please like it. Write your ideas, breakthroughs, or events in the box below. Your story is important, and your opinion is important to this group. Also, please send this movie to someone today who needs to be informed of their own strength. You help this divine energy get to the people it was meant for with everything you do. We boost the truth, the clarity, and the overwhelming force that lives inside each of us when we work together. Have a great day.